Welcome, dear students. I am Sampada Sawant, Assistant Professor of Philosophy. We are going to begin with second unit based on moral concepts in Indian philosophy of our paper Moral Philosophy 1. In this video, I shall cover the first part of the unit Rita and Runa. The aim of this topic is to understand the importance of living an orderly life following a certain natural pattern in the universe, and to understand the importance of fulfilling our duties and responsibilities or paying back debts to the society. We owe something to the society, and therefore it is our duty to repay those debts. Before we understand what is Rita and Runa, we need to understand what is meant by duty, or as we say in India, what is our dharma. We as Indians have strong faith in the unseen powers of the universe and the pattern in which this universe exists. In order to protect and maintain this pattern or order, every living being has a duty to follow, a role to play. Our duty is not just towards other human beings, but to non human beings as well, like animals, plants, nature, etc. The word dharma comes from the Sanskrit root dhar, which means to sustain or support or preserve. So, in order to sustain the order of this universe, we have to follow our dharma, that is, do our duties with responsibility. So, what is Ruta? Ruta stands for natural or cosmic or moral or eternal law. This law is basically a pattern or structure or order in which everything exists. Rita is seen as the truth of all truths or center of all centers. Rita means that around which everything evolves, and it is the cause of the pattern of life in this universe. In the physical context, it is the law of nature. For example, the way trees grow, the way planets revolve, the way winds flow. हिंदी में जैसे बोलते हैं कुछ चीज की कोई रीत होना, विश्व की यही रीत है. It means this is the way things are in the world. In the moral context, Rita means righteousness. It means the path of the right, the path upon which all human beings should walk. For example, doing the right thing, taking the right decision or right action, which does not harm the pattern of the nature or universe or brings chaos in the world. Those who do not follow the Ruta, that is, the wrongdoers or sinners, or those who break the laws of the society, harm others, is called the path of Anruta, that is, wrongness. We all know that breaking the rules in the society leads to punishment. Similarly, if you break the law of the nature or universe or this eternal law, you will be eventually punished. So it is believed, according to Hinduism, that Vedic gods like Indra, Varuna are seen as guardians of this Ruta. They protect the Ruta. They are not above this law, but they only protect the law. Just like the police protect the society or soldiers protect the nation and make sure that there is no chaos in the society, similarly, these Vedic gods protect the Rita and punishes those who bring harm in the society. So every act of yours is judged. So what is Runa? We do not live alone in this world. We are here because of some people whom we call our parents. We learn, we take education because of our teachers. We become successful because of some people. Rina is a duty or responsibility towards others who have done something for us. We cannot be what we are without somebody's help. So, how do we pay back to those people who have helped us? So, Hinduism believes in four stages of life, each stage for a period of 25 years. The first 25 years of our life, we are leading a student life. It's brahmacharya. The next is grihasthashram or the householder's life. Then vanaprasthashram or retired life. And then sannyasashram or meditative or contemplative life. Each stage mentioned is marked by a certain duty or responsibility, or as we can call runa. There are three runas. Each runa is expected to be fulfilled in the different stages of life. The first is Rishi Runa. This runa or debt or responsibility is towards our teachers, our gurus. It could be your teachers in school or parents at home. This debt or runa can be paid back by showing true respect to our teachers or paying them fees, by being grateful to them. So naturally, this runa is paid in the first stage of life, that is brahmacharya ashram, that is the student life. The next is the Pitru Runa. Pitra means forefathers, your ancestors. This runa can be paid back by engaging in a marital life, giving birth to the next generation. You may ask, how is giving birth to the next generation be a duty? You have to understand that your life is a gift from your parents. And so, in order to complete the cycle, you have to look forward to raising the next generation. So, in Grihasthashram, one fulfills Pitru Runa. The last is Devaruna, or duties towards God. According to Hinduism, Rita in the world is maintained by God and we are at the mercy of God. One has to perform sacrifices to fulfill Devaruna. But what kind of sacrifices? These sacrifices do not mean killing an animal. These sacrifices basically mean giving up your attachments for material life, for household life, and moving away from the social life towards a life of contemplation. That is, focus on the spiritual life. So, in Grihasthashram and Vanaprasthashram, one becomes free from Devaruna. Thank you.